Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's May 23rd, 2024. Great to be with all of you today. My name is Bob Lang, and it's time for our daily bites. Every Monday and Thursday morning we do these, but of course, next Monday we won't be doing our daily bites because it's a holiday. Don't forget, markets are closed Monday, May 27th for observance of Memorial Day weekend. But we'll be back with our daily bites on Thursday, the 30th. Again, another special day for me and Leanne. So let's go ahead and get started about talking about the markets here. So not a great day yesterday, of course. We saw a little bit of give back. We see, take a look right here. We see the breadth was down close to almost 3-to-1 negative, 20 down, 800, 8 higher. 2,000 down roughly and 800 higher. Russell 2000 was down yesterday. Take a look at the indicators here, the internals, and you can see the down session for the VOLD. ADD was down negative all day long. We did see a pop in volatility up near 13%, came back down. But take a look at the ticks that were pretty poor all day long, especially on the Nasdaq. Not hardly any green arrows at all. But the reason why I'm showing you this now is because today, clearly, things are flipping around to the bullish side. So one down day is going to get wiped away, likely from at the open, with strength from none other than NVDA. Right, stock was up strongly today. In the pre-market, it's up over almost 7%, $66. Which, interestingly enough, the expected move for NVIDIA today is about 80. And so it's falling short from that expected move. That is the expected move that the options market was looking at for NVIDIA to go. And how do we come up with that? How do we derive that? All we needed to do was take a look at the close yesterday, which is about 950, and looking at the call option and the put option that is at the money. So the 950 call and the 950 put, added those two together, and that came up with about $80. So the market was looking for about an $80 move. That is called the straddle of the stock, or straddle of NVIDIA, which was again, you can look at any particular stock at any point in time and add the at the money call and at the money put, and that is your expected move by the time the option expires. So we were looking at the Friday option. So it was still a pretty heavy move, almost 9% for NVIDIA expected move. And of course, it's not doing that right now. Well, so far, it's only up 7%, but we still have a full day to go here. NVIDIA is serving to lift up lots of other names right now. And you can take a look at Microsoft, which is up about $4. You can see Taiwan Semi is up, Micron, at Broadcom is up about 2.5% as well too. The SOX-L, which is the long the semiconductor index, is up strong today. It's about 8%. That's the double positive on the SOX. Aside from NVIDIA, we have strength in AMD as well too. Amazon is also up. So it's spreading love around to the rest of the market. Even Meta is up strong on the AI talk from NVIDIA last night. So how do we play this? Well, I think if you have some long NVIDIA or some other names as well too, you trim today. This is a day where markets are rising up today, and we don't know if there's going to be some money taken off the table. Certainly, that's the possibility with the long weekend coming up. A reduction of volatility. We see the VIX is down sharply this morning. The VIX futures are down 1330. They just turned into the June month, so we do have quite a bit of room or distance between the VIX cash and the VIX future for June. And you can see that from 1159, which is the cash, 1330, which is the future, they're going to be separated even more today as because the differential here is between the two is widening as well too. So when that widens out, that's usually kind of a red flag, a caution sign. And look, let's face it, people in this market have not felt the need to buy any protection, right? And they feel like buying volatility and selling volatility at this level is just fine. And as long as we understand that eventually that's going to get paid back with higher volatility down the road at some point in time. And if we all have that understanding in mind, then we can just proceed and play the markets one day to the next, and be cautious when we need to be cautious, and be aggressive when we need to be aggressive. So gold is down a little bit more than 1% today. We see crude oil up almost 1% today. Silver's off a bit as well. European stocks were mostly mixed. We saw some strength in Japan overnight and Hong Kong, but Shanghai was down. Look, I mean, we had good earnings last night from Snowflake. Actually beat reduced earnings guidance. Again, NVDA, Synopsys, not so great. ELF came out with poor bottom line guidance, but they did beat on the top line, and they're up a little bit this morning. So what you need to do is you need to manage your risk carefully here, right? And the way to do that is to, if you have some puts on, maybe roll those down, or maybe take some of them off here early this morning. I'm gonna be doing that as well. I added some puts yesterday. They worked out real nicely because we got in right before the markets went down. But now they're going to not work for me today. But I have other plays, long plays, that are going to offset some of those losses. But having that insurance on is a good thing to have, at least for me. It allows me to actually step in there and start buying more stuff if I wish. So let's take a look at the S&P 500 chart for a moment. You can see here that so we annotate this, that pullback in April was pretty severe, but we've pretty much gained a lot of that back and then some. The S&P 500 is up close to 5% in the 5.5%, almost 5.5% in the month of May. And with 6 trading days left to go in the month, it'll be really interesting to see if we do get a much more sharper pullback, or we soar into the month of June on a high note. Listen, you know what? There's not a whole heck of a lot going on next week after the holiday. So if people want to take some money off the table, there's certainly going to be that opportunity to do that between Tuesday and Friday of next week. I do think that the market structure is strong. It's bullish here. We have a series of higher highs and higher lows. That is your textbook pattern of an uptrend. From the lows, we nearly hit the 100-day moving average over here. We've been making higher highs and higher lows. We've been consolidating here above that last Wednesday's ginormous surge, which came after that CPI number came out last week. We've just been kind of consolidating over here. But if we get above those highs from last week, and even on Tuesday, if we get above there, another leg up for the markets. And we are overbought, but remember something: you can stay overbought for a long period of time. Where our job is not to try and estimate when that overbought reading is over, rather just go with it until it does end. And if you're going to lose money on so be it. But hopefully, it's not going to lose as much money on those turns. Okay. Money flow is starting to improve here as well. MACD is on a buy signal. Volume trends, not great, obviously, during the holiday season here. This holiday period, heading into the summertime, things sort of slow down a little bit. We may see things pick up at the beginning of June after the holiday, the Memorial Day holiday is over. We are in the June options series month, which is a 5-week month, but we also have 2 holidays coming up. We have not just the Memorial Day holiday, but we also have Juneteenth coming up, which is going to be on a Wednesday. The markets will be closed that day. That is 2 days before options expiration day. So you have the benefit, if you're an option seller, you have the benefit of decay with those 2 holidays along the weekends as well too. But I think it's going to be it, everyone. A couple of ideas that I had in mind here included adding some Broadcom AVGO. I'm also on, I really like the Taiwan Semi, which is TSM. Let's take a look at that chart here. And again, this is a stock that had another leg up yesterday, pulled back a bit, but it started moving higher, and I think it's going to be above 160 today. Another one again is ARM Holdings. ARM is the symbol. It was starting to make a nice comeback. Pulled back a bit here again. Higher highs and higher lows. Textbook pattern here. Needs to get above and close above for a couple of days. This 50-day moving average, and I think it's going to happen today. It closed at about 112. It might be up at 115, 116 today. If it can get a good surge and get above that 130, 135 level, I think the stock has got some big moves. Oh, and by the way, anybody remember this stock yesterday? I think it might be down a little bit today. First Solar, what a move this thing had. We had a great trade on this one yesterday. Actually, not just one trade, about 2 or 3 different trades on First Solar, and it just ballooned up to 250 or so. It may be down a little bit this morning. Also, another one that I have my eye on, which I did make some money on, and I'm going to probably roll out to other strikes, is Moderna, MRNA, which also had a really strong day, much like First Solar. And you can see this thing was building that move from the beginning of May. We had a big shot here, pulled back to this this 20-day moving average, 10-day moving average, and the 20-day moving average, and then shot right up, and now it's way above those upper Bollinger Bands. So this is one that you might want to keep an eye on here. If it pulls back a little bit, maybe like to 158 to 157, that would probably be a good spot to add Moderna. So tonight we have earnings coming out from Intuit. That chart actually looks pretty good. But it's always a funky looking move after earnings. It come down a lot and it might rally up. Might be a good stock just to step back and wait until after earnings come out and see if there's a trade on that. There's Deckers, which makes those great Hoka shoes. And then ROST Stores, which is also a favorite name of mine. It's come down quite a bit, but TJX came out with earnings early this week and it hit all-time highs yesterday, following their earnings out on yesterday morning. So this is a stock that you want to take a look at as well too. ROST Stores, it's down sharply from the highs back in February. Stock made a really big move. I think they had an inventory problem. This is one of the reasons why the stock came down sharply, but this might be one to take a look at after earnings. And then finally, Workday is one that I've always had my eye on over here. This is one that it really disappointed last time around with earnings. You can see the stock really fell off the map here, and then it came back down, testing that 200-day moving average. It's kind of making a little uptrend over here. I'm a little bit more cautious on this one. Again, this is another stock that I'd probably prefer to wait and see what it does after earnings tonight. Maybe tomorrow might be an opportunity to jump in there and buy some calls on Workday or puts or whatever. So we'll see what happens. So I think it's going to be it, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great long weekend as well too. Appreciate everyone spending a little time with me today, and I'll see you guys all next Thursday. And trade well today. Again, remember, raise some cash, go through your inventory, see what you have. If it's not working, dump it. If it's working great for you, roll it up. Maybe take some profits off the table. Build your cash up. Have some protection on as well too. And I'm telling you something right now. The more you move your money around, remember, we're in the moving business, not the storage business. The more you move your money around, the better you're going to feel about things, and the clearer things look in the markets for you. So have a great day, everyone, and I'll talk to you guys all later. And if you're in the chat room, I will see you in the chat room in a little while. Take care. Bye. You look up in the sky, you can see the stars and still not see the light.